Hey, good afternoon. Russell of Hotels going live just for a couple of minutes. You know where I'm going live for? That show, that On Air with Russell of Hotels, that live hospitality talk show everyone's talking about. You know what? I'm like, I'm supposed to have a guest today, and I got what do they call it? I got ghosted. I got ghosted. They didn't show up. I'm here. I come on 10 minutes before. I always give people I want them to come on at 10 minutes prior, so that way we can do a quick video and sound check, audio check, that kind of stuff. But it didn't happen. I don't know if we got our dates crossed. I don't think so, but that's okay, right? But the show goes. The show must go on. This is Hollywood. I'm in Hollywood, okay? So the show must go on. So I'm gonna continue to go. I gotta redo some stuff and maybe gotta come up with a topic now, but that's all right. That's all right. But anyway, let me turn on the chat comments. You guys feel free to make comments. Remember, we're live on LinkedIn and YouTube, but only YouTube you can make comments in real time. Now, on LinkedIn, you can make your comments if you like, but they're not going to be responded to in real time because, quite frankly, I can't see them. But I can definitely see them on YouTube. So if you're not on YouTube, please make it a point, maybe not today, maybe not this time, but next time or in the future, go to YouTube, go to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my channel. It's called Russell of Hotels. And just hit that little subscribe button, bing, and then anytime I go live, you'll get a response or you get a notification. So makes it easy, right? So anyway, hey, every time I do a daily check-in as well as on air with Russell of Hotels, I'm showcasing a hotel. Today is Hotel Fig, or the full name, the full complete name, the official name is Hotel Figueroa, which is in downtown Los Angeles. One of my favorite boutique hotels. Built in the 20s. Oh, my God. I love it. I mean, you can see this is just the hallway right here. This is the hallway from the lobby leading to the pool area and to the restaurant area. But just a nice, what am I trying to say? It's like an urban oasis, if you will. It's located downtown, not too far from Staples Center. I mean, you can probably, is it called Staples Center now? I'm sorry, Crypto Arena. That's where the Lakers play. It's like minutes, couple steps from there. So you can actually see, you can walk out and like look down the street like, oh, there's a Crypto Arena right over there, right? So it's within walking distance of that, as well as LA Live and a number of other hotels and, things to do downtown, restaurants and stuff like that. So always my place to go hang out when I'm downtown, when I'm officing, when I do that office for the day. Hotel Fig a lot of times is that hotel because they got that free Wi-Fi in there too. So, and I think it's part of I want to say the Hyatt collection. So if you went to Hyatt.com and look for Hotel Figueroa, you will see it there too. So you get your points, your worldwide Hyatt points or World of Hyatt points, whatever the heck it's called. You know what I'm talking about. Come on now. So anyway, but this is the monologue section, and this is going to give me time to kind of redo some stuff here, I guess. And but we're gonna move forward with the show. It's show number 291. You guys know I was out last week. I was doing some personal stuff, and I could not, pull myself away to do the show. And sometimes that happens. But hey, you guys were with me anyway in thought, right? I just didn't do the show, but I was missing the show. But no, I had to, you deal with family stuff, had to go take care of some business, see my family and all that. Take care of some business. That's what I said. I said business. So anyway, enough of that. So this is like I said, the monologue. So we're going to get started. I'm going to do the intro. And the intro today is not going to have any music. It's just going to have some words, right? So it's going to be a little different. Let me know what you think, because I've been getting some I don't know what's going on with my sound situation or whatever. And when I play music, it's like amplified like to the nth degree. And I'm like, you can't even hear what the heck is going on here. So I'm going to do this, and hopefully this works better. But anyway, I'll put you guys on hold for a second. I'm going to hit a couple of buttons, and then we're going to get back to the show. And like I said, that's going to give me a minute to kind of redo some stuff here as well. So put you on hold, and then we're going to go from there. Hopefully I hit the right buttons today. It could be one of those days, but we're going to find out. So anyway, hold on one second. Welcome to On Air with Russell of Hotels, the hospitality talk show where we dive into hotels, travel, tourism, and of course, those non-meat eats. I'm Russell L. Edmond, a hospitality entrepreneur, hotel site selection expert, and social media influencer, and I'm all about creating brand awareness for hotels, destinations, and the people who make this industry thrive. So whether you're in hospitality, planning an event, or just love to travel, you're in the right place. This is On Air with Russell of Hotels, Hospitality Unplugged. Hey, thank you again for joining On Air with Russell of Hotels, that live hospitality talk show everyone's talking about. Today is show number 291. I was able to get some stuff up on the screen so I can, maybe don't sound like, I didn't have a topic for today because I was supposed to have a guest today. So for people that just now joining, we're live on YouTube, live on LinkedIn. You can make comments in real time on YouTube, and I will put them on the screen for you. Like I said, I was supposed to have a guest today, but something happened. I don't know. It wasn't on my end. I can just say that. I got ghosted. Sometimes every now and then you get ghosted, and that's just part of life, right? But as they say in Hollywood, because I'm like down the street from Hollywood, in fact, I can see the sign, Hollywood sign, for if I go outside and look towards the mountains, look north, I can see the Hollywood sign, right? So like they say in Hollywood, the show must go on or will go on. So there you go. So no big deal. We just keep it moving forward. So we're going to keep it moving, okay? So once again, Hotel Figueroa is the hotel that we're showing today. And let's move on. So remember the blog, right? I know it's been a while, you guys. I'm trying to catch up with everybody that forgot about the blog. So anything that I talk about, for the most part, I'm not sure if this is on there yet, but this information will be on there. Anything I talk about today, the topics will be on my blog, so feel free to go check it out. But there's some other good information on there as well. How do you get to the blog? Just go russellofhotels.com. Go to the blog, BLOG, bing, hit that button, and it'll go bing. No, it doesn't do all that. But you'll be able to see the topics that I talk about, including the one today. It's not there yet, but I'll make sure that it's on there. So, just hold tight, okay? Give me, be patient. You don't have to, don't be a jerk, okay? Anyway, I'm just being funny, right? I'm just being funny. So, okay, so to the topic for today, okay, yesterday, I do a daily check-in, right? I do a daily check-in. It's called Daily Check-In with Russell of Hotels. Well, every Monday, I'm going to have a guest come on. Her name is Miss Tiffany. She's going to be a guest host, special guest host. Miss Tiffany English, right? She's a planner as well, or she does meeting planning or as an event planner for her clients and things like that. Well, anyway, she had been calling me and asking me, or like texting me different questions about whatever. And I said, you know what? Wouldn't it be cool if you came on and you can ask me those questions in real time and on a live, right? So on my daily check-in. So I said, you know what? It's official. Yesterday she came on and did it, and she does such a great job. So I said, you know what? Boom, that's it. Every Monday is going to be devoted to you coming on, and we're talking about, industry things or things that we deal with as event planners or meeting planners or hotel site selection people like myself, things that we deal with, right? So today's topic is going to be something that we kind of scratched the surface on yesterday. So, and that is, what is it? Rating a hotel after a site tour or site, when you're on a site tour or maybe you're doing a fam trip or whatever, which we do a lot of these. And this is a bar at Hotel Figueroa. I just happen to be looking over and see, oh, who's that person in the background? Oh, that's the bartender, right? So this is this is this is the bar area at Hotel Fig or Hotel Figueroa, downtown LA. But the topic, rating a hotel after a site tour. Now we get involved. We get invited to a lot of, site tours or fam trips, they may call them, or even when we attend, like we're just attended like IPEC, Independent Planners Educational Conference, or the SMU conference, which North Star puts on. And there's always a hotel tour that we're going to do, right? And sometimes it's multiple tours, multiple hotels that we'll check out. Well, we happen to stay at the what hotel we stayed at? The Marriott Marquis in Midtown, right? So, of course, there was, you can walk around and familiarize yourself with the hotel. We stayed there, so of course we didn't have to tour the guest rooms because we had a guest room that we stayed in, right? So, individually, not everyone stayed in the same room, but individually. So, but what do you do when we leave there and we are kind of, do get things in your head like, what what did I like about that hotel? What didn't I like about that hotel? Whatever the heck it is. And this is from a group perspective because people look for things individually, right? I mean, so if you're there just one hotel room, whatever, you're going to look at things differently than you would look at if you had 500 people come in. Well, I want to make sure all 500 of these rooms are just like the one that I have, right? So those are things that we look at. And so do we assign a rating system or do we do like, well, we're going to give it an A, B, or a C? No, typically I don't, okay? I will, I take a lot of photos, I take a lot of videos because I want to make sure I know about that hotel when I'm presenting it to my client, right? So, but I do take notes, right? So I'll take notes like, and these are some of the things that I talk about or some of the things that I will write down on my notepad. Cleanliness, service, room quality, facilities like the pool, gym, the spa, the lounges, is there a business center, things like that, food and beverage, on-site restaurants, how many bars, vegan friendly options. And that's more of a personal thing because you guys know I don't eat meat, right? So those are things that I look for, but I take it a step further. When I'm meeting with a hotel representative and normally that's the sales manager, I make it a point to ask how creative is the chef, right? Because I want to know how creative they are. Can they do vegan options, on a mass scale? Because remember, we're going to have 500 people and it could be breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and maybe some receptions as well. Do they have a chef that can put out something creative when it comes to vegan or, plant-based or gluten-free or whatever it is? Because if you have 500 people, believe me, there's going to be several, probably about 5 to 10, 10 people that will have some type of dietary needs. That's just the law of numbers, a law of averages, right? It's just going to happen. You may have a Russell of hotels in the group that's like, oh, he's all about the non-meat eats. Oh my God, what's that all about? But you have to know that, right? Because you don't know unless you've asked your client already how their special dietary needs. And a lot of times your client they don't even know, right? They haven't asked that question. They may not know. Maybe it's the first time them planning for that particular group, right? And they haven't asked those questions. So those are questions that I have to ask before I even meet with a client or meet with a hotel because I want to make sure I have everything that my client may want to ask. Even if the client is there, maybe they forgot to ask. Or maybe I just want to know for my own personal reason, right? So what about location? Is it proximity to different, like maybe attractions? Is it a walkable city? What about safety and security? That's always an issue. Those are things you got to look at as well. Value for your money. Is this a group that, is kind of cost conscious, or is it a group that maybe never talks about money? I mean, all that stuff matters. They don't care about the rate, the higher the better, it depends on what it is, right? But you need to know the history of your particular group. Sustainability. A lot of companies want to, they want to spend their money with hotels that are sustainable. So can they prove that they're sustainable, meaning the hotels? Do they know enough about sustainability or what their hotel is doing? Are they recycling or whatever, are they promoting, 5-minute showers or something like that? Whatever the heck it is, they can do those things. What about technology? What about maybe this is a group of investors and they're going to be trading from in their room, and they're going to be using the Wi-Fi. Is the Wi-Fi fast enough to accommodate that? These are things that you need to know. What about smart TVs? Do they have those? And how big are the TVs? Brand personality. Does the hotel create a memorable experience? Is it Instagrammable? I mean, it depends on the group, right? All that depends on the group. If it's a corporate group, they can give a crap about that stuff, right? But you just have to know your group. And like I said, do I assign a rating? Do I have an A, B, C, or give them stars and diamonds and all that kind of stuff? No, I do not because other people do that, right? So, I mean, I got AAA if I want diamonds, right? But I do know what these hotels are going into a hotel. Do I know if it's a 4 diamond or a 5 diamond or a 3 diamond, right? And remember, in the hotel world, AAA in the hotel world within the United States, let me just say that the hotels are rated on the diamond system by AAA. You know, AAA, you get your car insurance or roadside assistance, all that. They actually come into a hotel with this big ass binder and they're rating the hotel on various things, right? And it's not, kind of subjective, like say a guest would walk in and say, oh, the guests, people behind the front desk, they're nice, or I got crappy service or whatever. That's subjective, and that's up to them to do that. And they, if they're third party people, meaning people that are booked through a third party, they're able to put those comments on, the whatever the evaluations that they may get via email or whatever, and then the third parties like a hotels.com or Expedia, whoever, they will compile those numbers and they will rate them based on a star system. Okay, that's not the end all be all because, like I said, that is subjective. That's up to that particular person that happened to be staying at that hotel, right? So what they do is, and correct me if I'm wrong, people. So if you're looking at a hotel, so say these people stayed at a Courtyard Marriott. And I always use a Courtyard as an example, and I love Courtyards. I started my career with Courtyard Marriott. Well, they'll rate a Courtyard because of the service, which is great. Right, I love the service there. I love the product at a Courtyard, but they'll rate it like 5 stars, right? Oh, that's a 5-star hotel. What do you mean a Courtyard Marriott is a 5-star hotel? In reality, when AAA rates a Courtyard, it's going to be no higher than a 3 diamond, okay? Because it's based on the services, based on what they have, based on the size of the TV, based on do they have a restaurant? Is it open all day? It's open breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If it's open only breakfast and that's it, I mean, it's no way it can be a 4 or 5 diamond hotel. There's no way it can be that because the diamonds are based on the service levels or the services that particular hotel has to offer. Is there because most Courtyards only have what? Self-parking. Okay, well, is there valet? Now, if you got valet, then okay, ding, then add a star to that or add a diamond to that particular hotel because it's based on the services that are offered, not based on, one person's opinion on, the person behind the front desk. It's just not how it is. So moving forward off of that, I just had to say that because a lot of people get that mixed up. They're confusing diamonds and stars, and they're taking that star rating to heart where, I mean, it's good to get, I guess, other people's opinions on it, but look at the diamond ratings for hotels, okay? See that it's a list is probably 300, questions and 300 things that evaluator has to look at, right? And they're asking, what's the thread sheet count on the bed? How large is a TV? Is it 45 inches? Is it 50 inches? There's a standard for all that stuff. That's why AAA, and they take time to doing it. I mean, it's a whole day process. They don't just come in 5 minutes and walk out and like, oh, okay, well, this is a 3-diamond hotel. No, there's certain things that they have to look at, certain things they have to know, and there's certain service levels that hotels have to have. Now, moving forward, let's get off of that and move back to me, okay? Because it's all about me, right? No, what do I rate hotels on? Cleanliness, that's number one thing. Remember, I used to be a hotel, a housekeeping manager. That was my first job in hotels. So I still use the same practices that I used 150 years ago when I walk into a hotel. I'm like giving it the white glove test. I'm like looking at the mirror in the bathroom to see if there's spots on it. I'm looking at the soap. Are they using, the disposable containers now versus the like a bar soap? Because that's sustainability. Just in case you did not know that, that's sustainability. If they still go with the bar soaps and all that, and there's paper, there's package, you don't need all that anymore, right? They need to fill those things up that are in the shower. Remember those things? I mean, those things are there now, right? So those are things that I look for. And it's important to the client sometimes as well. It depends on who the client is, right? So I'm looking at cleanliness. I'm looking under beds, okay, because you'd be amazed who doesn't look under the bed. The person that's cleaning and that's responsible for cleaning the rooms, they don't always look under the bed. So I look under the bed and see what's there, right? Hopefully there's nothing there. Hopefully it's clean. And a lot of times it is, but every now and then they miss something, okay? And there's normally two people that clean a room, that check a room. There's a person that cleans the room, they should be checking it. Then there's someone that should come behind them to inspect the room, to make sure the cleaner did clean what they say what they checked off on, right? So there should be at least two people that come in and check a room. And everyone should be looking under the bed, okay, or looking behind the curtains or whatever, right? Or changing sheets like they're supposed to, right? All those things should be done, right? So I'm making sure I'm looking at that. The service levels, are they attentive? Okay, is there what about the welcome experience? Did you valet park, right? How were their attendance? Because that's when it starts, right? So if they have valet parking, that's when everything starts. That's when they're on the clock, right? So how were the valet attendants? Were they nice? Were they friendly? Or were they helpful when you asked them questions? Did they direct you to the front, the front desk, or to check in or registration or whatever heck it is? What about the quality of the room? The quality of the room, was it a comfortable size? Was it your typical size? Was it smaller than normal? Was it a king versus a double? Find out how many kings versus doubles do they have, right? Because that's always important as well, especially you have large groups. And a lot of the groups, let's just say a lot of groups, they want single beds because there's going to be single people in the room. How many kings versus doubles do they have? Those are questions you should ask, right? What about the pool gym? Maybe they don't have time to see those things, right, or utilize them, but just to make sure that they are there and they're adequate and that they're clean. So just make sure. What about business center? A lot of times people want to, okay, I got to go send this, I got to do this, I need to print something out or whatever the heck it is. Is there an adequate business center on property that they don't have to leave and find a Kinko's or a FedEx or whatever, somewhere nearby. So all those things matter. And no, not that I necessarily rate them in my head like I'm giving A, B's, and C's or 1, 2s, and 3s or whatever, but I am writing notes to let myself know, and I'm taking photos and videos just in case my client needs to see these things. Well, what's the proximity from the guest rooms to the meeting space? Because that's important, right? And always find out this, right? Is the hotel accessible? Accessibility is important, right? Because there's always going to be someone that needs maybe a little extra help or maybe has a disability. And you need to find out with your clients, do you know of anyone that will be attending that may have a type of disability? And that's up to them to tell you what that disability is, right? Meaning the client, if they do know that. But you want to make sure if there is something that is there, meaning someone does have a disability, ask the hotel. What do you do in a situation like this? Is the hotel accessible? Are they able to get from A to B, right? Those are the things that matter, okay? Always remember to ask that extra question because a lot of times we forget, and the next thing you know, we're on the day of arrival, we see somebody coming in that may happen to be in a wheelchair, and they're like, oh my God, I forget to ask. No, know that stuff ahead of time before you even get to that point. I see something, whatever happened to the term FBA, features, benefits, amenities. I don't know what happened to that. Let me put that on there. I see Rockstar Robin. That's Rockstar Robin right there, okay? So I'm putting her comment on the screen. It says, whatever happened to the term FBA, features, benefits, and amenities? I don't remember. I think I recall that, but I don't know what happened to that. That's a good question there, Miss Robin. Let me put that up there again. Whatever happened to the term features, benefits, and amenities? I do kind of we go back a long way on that one. Okay, I do kind of remember that. And as a salesperson, you will always want to make sure you're highlighting those things, the features and benefits. I remember features and benefits. I don't remember necessarily the amenities, but that's a good one. So thank you so much for bringing that up. In fact, I'll put that up there again, Miss Rock and Robin. Ooh. do, do, rockin' Robin, do, 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 do. Anyway, so yeah, whatever happened to the term FBA, features, benefits, and amenities. But yeah, I do remember that. And as a salesperson, you always want to make sure you highlight those features and benefits, and maybe even the amenities, right? So yeah, if you have those things, all those bells and whistles that clients may be looking for, or maybe something that differentiates your hotel from maybe the hotel across the street, and you should know, the hotel salespeople should know, who the competition is, right? You always want to know who the competition is across the street because you may be looking at that hotel as well. Yes, Russ, that was a 90s thing. Yes. Yeah. I guess we're both dating ourselves, right? So, but yeah, so those are terms that were back in the day, but they're still just as important now for salespeople to make sure that we are highlighting the features and benefits, and even in this case, the amenities of that hotel, because like I said, it could be different from what they have across the street. And like I said, if you're in competition with a hotel for this same piece of business, you want to make sure you bring that stuff out. Like, hey, did you know about this? Oh, we have that, and we're the only hotel in the area that has that. Boom. Okay, you're the only hotel that has a spa. There you go. So if those are some of the things, if your hotel has things that maybe the client didn't know, or this meeting planner that's doing a site tour, maybe they did not know, and you brought that out, and you're like, oh my God, I didn't know that. This is great news. So there you go. So those are some of the things that, as far as rating a hotel after a site tour, those are things that I look for. Like I said, I don't necessarily rate, meaning I'm giving, I'm sending this to my client, like I give this a 3, a 3 emerald, I'm giving them 3 emeralds, whatever the heck that is, rubles. I'm giving 3 rubles for that. Okay, it's a 3 ruble hotel. No, I don't do that. Those ratings are already been put in place by someone else, and they do a good job of that. But I do take notes. And I take videos and photos a lot, and I make sure I know from one hotel to the next. So if I'm citing 10 hotels, I'm taking 10, videos of 10 different hotels, right? So that way I can look and see, okay, I don't remember this, but let me go back and look at the meeting space. Or, the suite that they show me that could be a great upgrade for the president of the company or whatever that is. So yeah, always want to make sure you're doing that. And one thing that I don't particularly care for, right? Some people do, right? So when I'm doing a site at a hotel and I happen to get the suite, you got the presidential suite. They wanted me to experience the suite. Well, I want to experience what everyone else is going to experience. So if the majority of the people are getting a standard king room, that's what I want as well. Because I want to make sure I'm getting what they're getting. I'm getting that experience that they're going to be getting, not just one person that's going to be getting it. Okay, that suite may be set aside for the president of the company or whatever, and he or she may come in for one night or half a night and leave, right? So I don't want to experience that. I want to experience the room, for several days that everyone else is going to experience, right? So I don't look at it like I need to get this or I need to get that. No, I don't need that. I want to experience with them, and that way I can relay that message or that information or that experience back to my client. Hey, I stayed in a standard king room, which the majority of your people will be standing, and it was nice. I loved it. It was recently redone. It was this, it was that. The room is oversized. The TVs are 50 inches. Okay, there you go. That's what I'm looking at, and they're all smart TVs, so you can set up however you want. I mean, I have my own Netflix account, so I was able to do this and do that. Those are the things that I look for. I'm not looking for the one-offs that that the president is going to be getting, because I'm not the president, right? I want to make sure that I'm, what I'm looking at is in line with the majority of the people, what they will be looking at. So if that makes sense at all. So boom, I said it. I threw it out there. Anyway, okay, let's move on. Who's hiring? Okay, then I'm going to have to adjust some stuff here because, let's see. Because like I said, I had a guest coming on and that guest didn't show up. I'm gonna keep saying that over and over again. Okay, so who's hiring? Boom, real quick. Who's hiring? Who's hiring? Okay, so I got a couple people here. So the Fairmont and these hotels are these hiring or the hotels that are hiring are in the greater Los Angeles area. Okay, I'm in Los Angeles at the moment, so these are the hotels. These are the jobs that are hiring, or these are hotels that are hiring specific jobs or positions. The Fairmont Miramar in Santa Monica, I love that hotel. They're looking for a director of nightlife. Hey, you like the nightlife? I like the boogie. Okay, all right, okay. That's the party planner. Okay, that's the one that's in charge of everything, the DJs and everything. You know, whatever goes on at night. Okay, that's a cool position. I've never seen that position open before. Fairmont Miramar looking for a director of nightlife. That's what I'm talking about. So if you're interested in that, maybe you're the life of the party and you plan these things. I don't know, but that's the one in Santa Monica. So the Fairmont Miramar, right there in Santa Monica. I want to say it's on Wilshire, right? Wilshire and Ocean Boulevard. It's right across the street from the ocean, from the beach. So you can't get no closer to the water than that hotel. So that should be an interesting position. The Beverly Hills Hotel Management Company. I don't know the name of this hotel, but they're looking for area entertainment sales manager, and of course that's in Beverly Hills. And these positions are on Indeed.com. The Conrad downtown Los Angeles, they're looking for a marketing manager. Okay, all right, I like that. I love that hotel too. That's probably one of the newer hotels downtown Los Angeles. Sits on a hill, kind of slim. It's a great hotel. I think the front desk is on the third floor or something like that. Proper Hospitality, they're looking for a corporate director of their call center. Okay, Proper Hospitality has their own call center. Okay, didn't know that. Call center is when, where they make the reservation. So that 800 number or 877 number or whatever, goes to a call center. There's a group of people, answering phones and taking reservations and all that kind of stuff. So Proper Hospitality. They have several hotels in Los Angeles. I can't remember all the hotels, but obviously they're big enough to have a call center, right? So a corporate director of call center, you may want to check that out. I don't know. So anyway, those are the positions that are open. They sound pretty cool. Okay. Once again, On Air with Russell of Hotels, that live hospitality talk show comes on every Tuesday at 1 o'clock PST. Even if we have a guest or not, we're coming on every Tuesday at 1 o'clock, okay? And I'm going to keep saying that, but yeah, we're supposed to have a guest today, and I don't know what happened. We had our dates crossed or something, but it doesn't matter, right? Like I said, this is Hollywood, and we're going to continue. The show must go on. And this is the elevator at the what is this called? What is this hotel called again? Hotel Figueroa. So I don't know why I took that picture, but I'm like, I take the darndest pictures sometimes. I'm like, it was kind of cool. I mean, just the design on there. And I'm pretty sure that's like an original design from years ago. And I like to capture that kind of stuff for whatever reason. Consistency. Why do I have a whole page that just says consistency, Russell? Because it's all about being consistent. It's all about showing up, right? It's all about, creating that brand awareness. And that's one thing that I do, that I always have to be consistent on everything that I do. So if I say every Tuesday at 1 o'clock, I'm going to do On Air with Russell of Hotels, I'm going to do it. If I say Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I do the daily check-in. Well, guess what? I do it, right? And if I say I'm going to have a guest, most of the time I say, they're going to show up, right? Oh, man. But yeah, so no, consistency is the key. And one thing, I posted something today, and it had to do with me, I guess, achieving 27,000 connections on LinkedIn, right? Well, I didn't do that to brag. Oh my God, Russell got 27,000. Like, look at what I'm doing. No, I did that to show the consistency, right? You can only do that. You can only amass that if you're consistent with what you do, right? So, excuse me one second. Sorry about that. So you can only achieve those things, those numbers, those milestones or whatever, if you're consistent at what you do, right? And LinkedIn is one of those. It's not like Instagram or whatever. This is business to business or whatever. For the most part, is 100%. Well, a lot of people that come on, they're business owners. They work for companies. They do a lot of networking. They want to communicate, and they do a lot of business via LinkedIn, like I do, right? But some of the other platforms, it's harder to grow your connections or whatever, because their algorithms are set up totally different than what LinkedIn would be, right? So yeah, so some of the other ones are harder because their criteria are different, right? Well, LinkedIn is, I remember back in the day when I first started LinkedIn, I was in competition with Victor Simmons, okay, good friend Victor Simmons. I remember we were like in the, I don't know, hundreds, okay, we're in the hundreds, and Victor had more than I did, right? And I'm like, I set out a goal, I'm going to connect with as many people as I can. So because my business, and I didn't know what business, I was working on property at that time. I didn't know that I was going to evolve into something else, into this Russell of hotels, where now I'm, creating brand awareness for hotel or hospitality brands and stuff like that. I didn't know that, right? So my job was I was just, trying to connect with people, just to connect with them. I didn't have really a purpose. I was just trying to connect with people. Well, I was connecting with people outside of hospitality. Because once again, I didn't know that I was going to be doing the hotel site selection either, because I was working on property. Well, it set me up for success because that's what I was doing, right? And I was connecting with people outside of the industry, which at that time, back then, LinkedIn was frowning up. They frowned at that, right? They wanted you to connect with people within your own tribe, so to speak, people within your own industry. So if you were a law firm, they wanted you to connect with law firms. If you were hospitality, they wanted you to stay within the hospitality realm. That's how it was before. And how I know that, because somebody's out there like, no, it wasn't. It wasn't like that at all. Yes, it was, because you know how I know? Because I got suspended from LinkedIn for like, I don't know, it was like a month or something. Maybe it's longer than a month. I can't remember. Because I was going outside of my industry and trying to connect with people. Some people would connect with me, some people didn't. They were like, and I guess they, sent a message to LinkedIn like, hey, people, this guy is trying to connect with me and he's not in my industry and I don't know who he is, right? Well, you have the option to, even if you know who they are, you have the option to connect with them or not, right? So I don't know why that was a big deal. But anyway, LinkedIn suspended me, and then I was able to kind of send a rebuttal to LinkedIn of why I was doing what I was doing and why this goes against what, LinkedIn, I think, was standing for, right? LinkedIn is all about connection, right? It's all about making that connection with people. And sometimes you have to go outside of your network. For me, why would I connect with people within my industry? If I'm doing hotel site selection, I'm planning things for people that are not in the industry. These are, they could be law firms, they could be insurance companies, they could be just a corporate, they could be leisure companies or whatever, right? So why would I want to stay within my network or the people within my industry, which didn't make any sense to me? I said, well, so I'm sending out this letter like, that doesn't make any sense. LinkedIn, it doesn't make sense. I mean, we should be allowed to link in with whoever wants to link in with us or connect with whoever wants to connect with us. Well, needless to say, after I send that letter or email or whatever, they unsuspended me almost immediately, right? So there you go. So, and then moving forward, I don't know, now about 10 years, now I've reached 27,000 people. Now it maxes out at 30,000. Okay. So I got to be careful about who, from this point on, who I'm connecting with, because I only have another 3,000. Because if you look it up, LinkedIn, it'll stop allowing you to connect at 30,000 people. Okay. So I'm only 3,000 from there. So, but I said all that to say this: LinkedIn is a great tool to network, a great tool to connect, to meet people, to do business, to collaborate. All those things that I'm mentioning I'm able to do that on LinkedIn. And most of the people that I've met that I've done business with are from LinkedIn. I didn't know them until I met them on LinkedIn. Bruce Jordan, LinkedIn. Craig Sullivan, LinkedIn. Calvin Toloki, LinkedIn. Right. So all those people that I've collaborated with, that I do business with now, I met on LinkedIn. So there you go. And that's just like 3 people that I named, right? I can go on and on and on. And then not to mention the people that I was able to keep in touch with, like Victor Simmons, although we're good friends. I don't know all the stuff he's working on until maybe sometimes he posts things, right? I'm like, oh, you're doing that? Maybe I can help you with this, or vice versa, right? So those are things. Leslie Terry, Professor Leslie Terry at Leslie Terry Butler, at Cal Poly Pomona, right? Although we went to school together, but we connected on LinkedIn. We reconnected and kind of found each other again on LinkedIn. So we're able to collaborate and all those kind of things. So there's a lot of things that you can do on LinkedIn to connect that goes a long way, right? That the other platforms don't allow you to do, right? And not to mention, right now, I'm on LinkedIn. Hey, LinkedIn. So they give you a platform to come on and do a show like On Air with Russell of Hotels, right? So there you go. So don't sleep on LinkedIn. So I did post something today that I got 27,000, but it wasn't about just look at me. No, you could do this too, right? But it's all about consistency, right? It's all about it's a job too, right? It's a job building your brand, staying consistent, being in front of people a lot, right? Because I can only be physically in front of people so many times, right? I cannot fly everywhere. I can't go to every event. Although I would love to go to every North Star event that happens, right? But I just can't. It's just not possible for me to do that and maintain a business at the same time, right? And sometimes the next best thing is what? Posting, letting people know that you are still there, being consistent, being in front of people. This is another way of doing it. Social media is a way to even the playing field, and LinkedIn is allowing me to do that. So I appreciate, LinkedIn. I appreciate the things that they do. They allow us to do to stay connected. And that's what it's all about. So that's why I posted what I posted. I didn't have to tell you all that, but I did anyway. So anyway, that is it. So I want to thank you guys so much for joining On Air with Russell of Hotels, that live hospitality talk show that everyone's talking about. This was show number 291. And it's okay that I didn't have a guest today, because I'm always going to have something to talk about, right? I'm always going to have something to talk about. And I'm just getting my second win right now, so I can continue to go for another hour, but we're going to cut it off right now. So anyway, but tomorrow, make sure you check out the daily check-in. I do this, the daily check-in, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, On Air with Russell of Hotels every Tuesday at 1 o'clock. And there you go. And all shows are live on LinkedIn and YouTube, okay? So there you go. So until next week, I don't know. Do I have my, what do you call it? My exit, but no, I don't have an exit, right? So I'm going to sign off here. And I'm going to sign off with the same thing that I signed off with, or checked in with, or signed in with. So there you go. So you guys have a great day, and just listen to this. And any questions at all, feel free to reach out to me. You can see my email, russell@russellofhotels.com. Email me anytime. That's fine. You can call me, but where's my phone number? Just go to my website, russellofhotels.com. My phone number is there along with my email. If you have any questions about anything, maybe you want to showcase your hotel, just like the Hotel Figueroa is showcasing their hotel here. You can do that as well, right? And one thing you want for anyone that showcases their brand, their hotel, or whatever on a show like this is consistency. Remember I talked about consistency? You want to make sure that they show up on your behalf, right? And one thing that Russell of Hotels does, he shows up not just on his behalf, but he shows up more on your behalf. So if you're interested in those things, feel free to reach out. Once again, that information right there. See the little ticker? Tick, 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 tick. There you go. So if you have any questions at all, or if you're interested in that, please feel free to reach out and touch. So anyway, that is it. You guys have a great day. Thank you again, Rockstar Robin. Appreciate you coming on with your comments. It's always great, always a joy to see you, and have a quick conversation. Hey, Rockstar Robin, getting back to LinkedIn. I didn't know Rockstar Robin until LinkedIn. Okay, that's how I know her. And now she follows me, and I follow her on all the things that she does. And in fact, if you don't follow her on LinkedIn, make sure you do. I think LinkedIn, and she's on LinkedIn for the most part. So make sure you follow Rockstar Robin on LinkedIn as well. So, and if you don't follow me or you don't subscribe to my channel, of course, on YouTube, do that as well. So anyway, you guys have a great day once again. And as always, peace. Welcome to On Air with Russell of Hotels, the hospitality talk show where we dive into hotels, travel, tourism, and of course, those non-meat eats. I'm Russell L. Edmond, a hospitality entrepreneur, hotel site selection expert, and social media influencer, and I'm all about creating brand awareness for hotels, destinations, and the people who make this industry thrive. So whether you're in hospitality, planning an event, or just love to travel, you're in the right place. This is On Air with Russell of Hotels, Hospitality Unplugged.